This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, 5th December 2023. Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. On the news this evening, police arrest one Dr. Enyinaya Ihe Ukwumere for allegedly killing 20-year-old woman selling her baby in Port Harcourt. NMA disowns doctor who allegedly killed 20-year-old woman in Port Harcourt. Police investigate killing of 3 people by suspected cultists in Egbe, Ahoda West. Stakeholders in River State speak on proposed spare parts market. ASU laments mass resignation of lecturers. On the foreign scene, EU official raises alarm over huge risk of terrorist attacks. I am Constance Mega. The police have arrested one Enyinaya Ihe Ukwumere, popularly known as Dr. Haji, for allegedly killing a 20-year-old woman identified as Rachel Sampson and selling her baby. Mr. Enyinaya, the owner of Haji Medical Center in Iguruta, Ikwere local government area of River State, allegedly killed Miss Rachel during a surgery. As you may know, a sister to the late Miss Rachel, in an Instagram post, said Dr. Haji asked a nurse in his medical center to inform the family that she died in a car accident. Now, speaking with correspondent Emeko Tuka, the spokesperson for the River State Police Command, Grace Ringekoko, said the matter has been transferred to the State Criminal Investigation and Intelligence Department for investigations.
I can confirm that the alleged Dr. Agi has been arrested in the case of murder, and the matter has been transferred to State CID for district investigation. The details of the investigation will be made known to the public soonest.
Recall that Enyinaya was paraded in October by the River State Police Command for child trafficking.
Following a case of abduction reported on 9th of September by one Ijoma James in Awalama, Rumokoro in Port Harcourt, police detective from Special Area Division under Intelligence, one Ifesinachi Opera, was arrested, which also led to the arrest of one Happiness, Enyinaya Ihe Ukwumere, aka Dr. Haji, to whom he sold one of the children. Further investigation led to the recovery of 3 more children trafficked by Dr. Haji from different locations of the country, 3 from Benue State.
Meanwhile, the chairman of the Nigerian Medical Association, NMA, River State Branch, Robinson AB, says Dr. Haji is not a medical doctor and also not a member of the NMA. Dr. Robinson, in a statement, said there is a difference between alternative medicine practice and medical practice. He urged the Nigerian police to add impersonation to the charges brought against the Dr. Haji. While the NMA chairman also called on the State Ministry of Health to collaborate with the NMA and the police to arrest quacks, putting the lives of Rivers people in danger. Away from that, the River State Police Command says it is investigating the abduction and killing of 3 people by suspected cultists in Egbe community, Ubie Kingdom, Ahoda West local government area of River State. The police public relations officer, SP Grace Ringekoko, spoke to our correspondent today. Well, last night, 3 people, 2 males and a female, were killed by suspected cultists loyal to one General Danger. Now, one of the youth leaders in the area, who spoke anonymously to our correspondent, said the 2 males had a disagreement with a woman said to be the mother of the General Danger, while the female victim is a girlfriend to one of the male victims. In the meantime, the woman said to be the mother of the General Danger has fled the community. Gift Okbara, also known as Tubaba, the wanted gang leader accused of killing Ahoda East DPO Bako Angbashim, has denied killing some youths accused of giving information to the police. Tubaba said this on Nigeria Info FM's Morning Crossfire today. He also spoke about the involvement of politicians and traditional rulers in the insecurity in Ahoda.
Me, I don't get any business with any politician. Only what I know is when you reach election time, all of them go, they come where they confuse you. Yeah, if allow them to do free and fair elections, then they will go make peace on our side. Then go promise all this big talk of a thing now. We will not say that big talk, then they talk like that. So nothing I know about politicians. So about this chief of a thing, all of them then they fear their head. No any of them where they work with me. I don't even get their time. I know be king. I know they do king something.
Well, recall that barely 2 months after the killing of DPO Bako Angbashim, 5 youths accused of being police informants were allegedly killed by members of the Tubaba-led cult group. Moving on, the coalition of human rights groups, along with various community-based organizations in Rivers State, has announced a legal support initiative for the recall of underperforming lawmakers in Rivers State. A spokesman for the group, Chukwu Dimodu, told correspondents that the recall is for those who have misused their mandate for personal gains. A magistrate court in Port Harcourt has adjourned to 25th January 2024 a case against the Rivers State chairman of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, Chijoke Ihunwo, and 120 others. Correspondent Emiko Tuka reports that the matter was adjourned due to the absence of the trial magistrate, Gift Amadi, who is on leave. Recall that the defendants are standing trial on a 5-count charge bordering on conspiracy, causing riot, damaging the house gate of the Speaker, Rivers State House of Assembly, unlawful assembly, and breach of public peace. In other news, an economist, Boma Tubotamono, is urging the Rivers State government to cite the proposed central motor spare parts markets at the Greater Port Harcourt city. In an interview, Dr. Tubotamono, a lecturer at the University of Port Harcourt, said the move would drive the development of the area, and he also advised the state government to consult the traders and avoid forcing development on them.
If government wants to move the cocoa spare part market, government should look at this Greater Port Harcourt area. Because by then this market is moved around there, it also drive the development of Greater Port Harcourt city. This Greater Port Harcourt is at a central, so economic-wise, people may not spend as much as they would have spent going to one extreme to get spare parts. Government can map out a place. It's like a meeting point. Government should bring these marketers into the plan. Have a discussion with them so that it is not just imposed on them. Because I see it as
Meanwhile, the head of a group, Rivers Peace Initiative, Chidi Wada, says Governor Siminalayi Fubara does not need to consult the spare parts traders before constructing a spare parts market in the state. But speaking with our correspondent, Mr. Wada said the traders were informed about the market when the governor visited them during his campaign.
There was one of his campaign promises. In his blueprint, it was there. Not that he came on board and started coming up with such an idea. The idea had been there. In fact, it's even long overdue. For him to come on board and say, I will do this, meaning that the governor has already thought about it. Whether you are consulted or not, why not you key into his developmental agenda?
Still to come, ASU laments mass resignation of lecturers. Stay tuned.
A Chi grassroots solidarity movement
Thanks for staying with us. And now to the rest of the news. The Defense Headquarters says terrorists hiding among civilians are putting innocent lives at risk. The Director of Defense Media Operations, Edward Buba, said this in reaction to the Army airstrike that killed about 85 villagers and injured many others in Kaduna State on Sunday. Meanwhile, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, said the Army, under his leadership, will guard against a recurrence of such tragedy in the conduct of military operations. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, has raised the alarm that most departments and units in Nigeria's public universities are short-staffed due to the resignation of lecturers going abroad. The chairman of ASU, University of Ibadan chapter, Professor Ayo Akinwole, said Nigeria's public universities are in very pitiable conditions, with stress and frustration visible in the faces of poorly paid lecturers. Says there is a huge risk of terrorist attacks in the European Union over the coming holiday season. Well, the EU Home Affairs Commission, Ylva Johansson, said the polarization in society caused by the Israel-Hamas war is increasing the risk of violence. And that's the news. But before we go on, let's take a look at the highlights. On the news this evening, you heard that the police have arrested one Dr. Eninaya Ihehumere for allegedly killing a 20-year-old woman and selling her baby in Port Harcourt. And the Nigeria Medical Association has disowned the doctor, Haji, who allegedly killed a 20-year-old woman in Port Harcourt. The River State Police Command said they are investigating the killing of 3 people by suspected cultists in Igbe, Ahoda West local government area. The Academic Staff Union of Universities is lamenting the mass resignation of lecturers. On the foreign scene, an EU official has raised the alarm over the huge risk of terrorist attacks in Europe. The news was edited by Onyeka Chinwosu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I am Constance Mega. Thank you so much for listening. Good evening.